Alright everybody, today I'm going to shoot a quick bee video. I thought we'd talk about Varroa mites. So a couple things though. First, I checked, the microphone is on this time, so that's good. Got the camera rolling. So my plan today, I'm going to go out and do some hive inspections on the new hives. Basically open them up, make sure everything's good down inside, queens are laying eggs, that type of thing. Check them to see if they need more space. If so, I'll put a second box on top. And then also I want to do a Varroa mite test to see how many mites are in the hive. So Varroa mites are like these little round, reddish brown looking dots. They kind of look like little tiny spiders. They crawl around, get in your hive, attach to the bees. It's a very bad thing. I've got this Varroa mite test kit put together by, I got it from the Bee Squad at University of Maryland. I believe they're cooperating with University of Minnesota, Michigan State University. Pretty cool thing, gives you everything you need. Some powdered sugar, a shaker, some measuring stuff. I'll get this shaker out. I'll kind of tell you exactly what's going to happen. We're going to go out to the hive. We're going to shake a frame of bees into the big bucket there, and then try to take a scoop of them. It's about a 1 cup scoop. Generally, you'll get about 300 bees in this size thing. We're going to take all those bees, shove them into this shaker, which has a perforated top, which I dropped somewhere, but I'll find it. There it is. It's like a little screened mesh thing. You put that on with your bees inside here, throw 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar, push it down in there, and roll this around, and we get the bees all coated with powdered sugar. And then back into the big bucket, we're going to shake it like this. Sugar and the mites are going to get dislodged from the bees. They're going to land in the big bucket. And then we'll count the mites and see how many we have. Sort of the prevailing theory here is for 300 bees, which is about what we'll have in here, you want no more than 9 mites. If you have more than 9, time to do some type of treatment for Varroa mites. This will be the first time I've ever tried this method. Kind of excited about it. We'll see how it goes. And if you're wondering, after we're done with that, we'll take this off. All those bees that are in here covered in powdered sugar, we're going to dump them right back into the hive. The sugar doesn't hurt them. They'll go down in the hive. All of their sisters in there. We'll clean them all up, and they'll be looking, black and yellow again in no time. So that's the plan. Let me get the smoker fired up. I'll get suited up, head out there, and we'll give this a shot.
Now for a quick visual reference, this is what a Varroa mite looks like. And if you want to see one on a bee, it looks like this.
Alright, hope you can see me. All suited up. Got pretty much the equipment that I need. Got the smoker going. Took the time to get it started properly today, so I got a lot of work to do, and hopefully it stays lit the whole time. Usually I rush it and it goes out halfway through what I need. I'm going to start with this hive right here. This is the swarm that we caught at the pond a couple weeks ago. This I started with the nucleus hive. So we're going to get into it. We're going to see what happens here. I'm going to see if they need any space. And we're going to do a Varroa mite check on them. Let's see how this goes. A little smoke down here. A little smoke in here. You'll see how I have this one set up in just a second. Take the top cover off. Take this guy off. I just have that top box on there to protect my feeder bottles and things like that from wind. Do a little smoke on these bees. I set my feeder bottles back a little bit so the bees can get up in here. Take care of any ants, that type of thing. There we go. They're being nice and calm. That's a good thing. Let's open up the top. Break the seal. Bees seal it all up to their liking. Break that seal. Just a few puffs of smoke in. Take that off. Everything's looking good. Drone bee right there. Set my lid down here. Alright, now the whole point, pop a couple of frames out, and we're going to see how things are going. I think I'm going to start right here on this end one, hopefully. Out of the way, ladies. There we go. Seems like it's coming nice and gently. There we go. Let's take a look here. Not a whole lot going on this frame. Set it in my top box over here. That gives me a little bit of space that I can now work with. I get one out of the way. I really want to see some eggs. They're filling that one with honey. These guys look alright. As always, we just be nice and gentle with them. Not too heavy. Lots of open cells. Just really hoping to not have to pull through every single frame. Alright, there we go. Some caps there. Some jelly. Alright. They're looking good. This frame has some eggs in it. That I'm happy with. I'll leave it just like that. I'm not even going to pull the rest out. So, queen's in there, she's laying eggs. That's an excellent sign. Alright. Little puff on the smoker just to make sure it stays burning. Alright, let's try our mite test here. We have all of the stuff that we need. Bucket we'll use. Alright, so step one is we need some bees in this bucket. So basically, we're going to pull a frame and we're just going to shake some right on in here. Let me use this frame right next to it. Now, the one thing we got to do before we go shaking bees off of a frame is we want to look and make sure the queen's not on here. You do not want to mess with your queen. So this is kind of like a Where's Waldo puzzle, only a whole lot harder. She's not on there. And she is not on here. Alright. So, let's see, move this over. Watch out, ladies. Any ones that miss the bucket, I want to land in the hive. There we go. Now, what we want to do is collect 100 milliliters of bees. According to the instructions, it's about half of this. Now let's see. Come on, ladies. If you haven't seen any of the other videos, woo, an interesting thing about bees, almost all of the bees in the hive are female. It's looking like I'm about there. And they're trying to escape. Alright. That's that. These guys, come on, out of the bucket. Everybody back in the hive. And go like that. Put all of our frames back exactly where we found them. Close these guys up. Get them out of the sun. I'm going to set them down here so they're in the shade. I don't want them to overheat in that plastic bottle. Here's our original frame that we pulled out. Slide it back in nice and gentle. Alright. Close these guys up. We're not messing too much with them. Alright, now the instructions say 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar needs to go in on top of these bees. Could use your hive tool, kind of squish it in. I just brought a little tablespoon measurer. Okay. Close that up to get them nice and all coated. And we gotta let them sit for 2 minutes. Probably through the magic of video, I'll cut that 2-minute wait out. Because, you know, who wants to just sit here watching me stand around for 2 minutes? Okay, our 2 minutes is up. So now, instructions say we're going to shake this thing, basically like a salt shaker, over our bucket for a minute. Okay, our minute of shaking is done. So, basically what we're going to do is we're going to look through all that powdered sugar that was shaken out and see if we find any mites. But before I do that part of it, I'm going to get these guys back in their hive and get this hive closed back up. So, a little bit of smoke. Everybody hide, everybody run and hide. Covered in powdered sugar now. There we go. Now we take our sugar bees and we let them go. And they look pretty cool. They're all bright white now because they're covered in sugar. But again, sugar's not going to hurt them. They'll go back in and all their other bee sisters will clean them all up. They'll lick all that sugar off of them. Life will be good. This guy, I don't think these guys need any more space right now, so we're not going to add a second box. Was another part of what I'm doing today is just checking. They're still good for another week or so. So, close them back up like that. This is a new hive, so I'm going to put a feeder bottle on them. New hives I feed the whole year long. I will feed them as much as they're willing to consume. Let's do it like this. These guys closed up. Alright, let's take a look and see here. One mite. Remember from earlier, we want to be below 9. One. Well, that's a good result. All right, one mite in this hive, so they're below the threshold. They don't need any treatment. Well, that was pretty easy. So from there, it's basically lather, rinse, repeat. I got to go do this hive, and then I got 4 more after these that I got to work through. So I'll do that work, and then maybe I'll cut back into a video and I'll give you the results of all the hives. So I guess I better get to it. I got a lot of work to do. Alright, so we're back in the shop. The corona hair, don't care. Alright, let's go over the results. So we tested a total of 5 hives today. Alright, so the ideal was 9 mites or less in a hive. Out of the 5 hives we tested, I found a total of 2 mites. Yeah, I'm getting all school with the chalkboard and everything. I can't even tell if you can see it on the video or not. 2 mites. 1 in the first hive, that's the one I videoed, and 1 in the third hive that I checked. So we are well below the mite load, which is an excellent thing. It's what I figured for this time of year. Later into the summer is when the load will go up, and I'll have to be more diligent about making sure that I'm on top of testing. If you're interested, if you're a beekeeper and you want to know about the test kit that I had, it comes with a whole pamphlet. It tells you exactly how to use it. A little closer. It's got very easy to follow instructions, pictorial, awesome way to go. I got mine from, like I said, the Bee Squad at University of Maryland. However, on here they've got an address. Looks like it's University of Minnesota. So it's Bee Squad. I don't know why I'm writing this as if you can read my writing, but Bee Squad at umn.edu, University of Minnesota. Or you can do what I did, you can go online, check for your Bee Squad at University of Maryland if you're in our area, and they'll be able to set you up. I don't know if they still have them in stock, but when I bought mine, they were running low, but they were going to refresh, so it was very, very inexpensive. So give it a shot. Pretty easy way. Didn't really harm the bees at all. Got a good mite check. Easy to do. First one, you saw how long that one took. Definitely, with experience, it got easier. By the time I did the 5th one, it only took me a few seconds. Boom, 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 shake, and I was done. So there we have it. Looks like the hives on the farm are in good shape as far as mites are concerned. Everybody had enough space, so I didn't have to add any boxes. So until next time.